What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Trey the Root Daniels. Oh, the lolly. I am excited today because today we have another episode of the Indie Corner where I sit down with everybody from the independent community, writers, artists, directors, producers. Doesn't matter if you're in the game, I want to talk to you. And today we have a returning guest, one of my favorite people. He is the creator of Avalon. Give it up, everybody, for Brandon Starocci.
How you doing?
What is going on, my friend? It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
It's good to be here. It's always fun to be here as well. You know, I always love talking with you. I love talking about Avalon. I love all of it.
All of those things are big green check marks for me. So the last time you were here, Avalon was kind of like getting its first kick in the pants for issue 1, and it was leading into issue 2. I was very excited to have you here now, and now I'm excited to see where Avalon is and where things are going, and then we'll get into your Kickstarter. Can't wait to hear all the sweet juicies you got for me today.
And I can't wait to tell you.
All right. So, Brandon, last time we spoke, things were just getting started. You had a successful Kickstarter. A lot of good things were going on with you. So, where are we now with Avalon?
We are currently going to have our Kickstarter coming out the 28th, April 28th, and we are going to be launching issues 4 and 5, kind of like we're putting them together this time around, rather than just doing a single issues. With all that too, we're going to be coming to the end of the first season towards the end of the year as well. We're hoping to get issue 6 out by the end of the year, so that would completely wrap up our first full season of Avalon, and moving forward in that kind of regard.
Wow. Okay, so we're pretty much wrapping up the first arc, more or less.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Ooh, that is exciting.
It is very exciting, you know, as it's coming down on paper more and more when Demetrius kind of does the art styles and all that stuff. It's one thing seeing it on a white piece of paper and seeing your script and all that stuff too, and then when you have an artist, or even if you're filming, for instance, as well, seeing the finished product in that way, it just makes it so much more better, and it's just exciting, you know, because I'm really excited with what's to come in the next few issues here, especially leading up to issue 6, the kind of, I guess, the arc finale there. And then I'm really excited to see it all kind of play out and have it in book form and all that.
That is awesome. I'm really excited about that. So how many writers are in the writers room now? I know that there was a bit of expansion. Who you got in there with you?
So we have myself, Alan Dingfelder, which was already, you know, a part of it. And we just added a new writer. Her name is Callie Oberlander. She is playing a bigger role in the season 2 part of Avalon. She kind of went through the scripting of 4 and 5 and 6 a little bit more since it hasn't been out and released yet. We're kind of making a little bit of tweaks there. We added a little bit of realism to issue 4 and 5 as well. We kind of touched that up a little bit. Issue 6 is done. You know, I was happy with issue 6. We kind of went over it together as well, and we both enjoyed it as well. So she kind of we're just kind of going through it together to kind of get her in the whole mindset, you know, and what sold me on asking her to join is because she has a podcast, and it's called the Tia and Rio Show, and a lot of mental health and kind of messing around with like sci-fi kind of stuff as well. It takes place in Erie. You know, this kind of demonic presence is taking over Erie and all that stuff too. So with the mental health element that she brought into that, I met her at one of the events that we went to last year. I had to ask her to come along for the ride here, because Avalon season 2 is going to be a lot of mental health kind of approaches, and seeing how this new world that they're going to be kind of living in now is going to be breaking them down. You know, it's a dramatic change, and having her a part of that team and helping us kind of show off that mental health and, you know, the real life character feels and all that stuff is a huge addition for us and the Avalon team.
Gotcha. So, you know, you don't have to give away any spoilers, because good grief, I don't want you to. But as far as this arc is concerned, how it's wrapping up and leading into this mental health, and which quite frankly, we definitely need a lot of that being addressed in the world we live in today, most definitely. So I think your timing is perfect. Is this arc going into season 2? Is this about, like, is it twofold? Is this like a recovery of what happened in season 1 kind of mentally, while at the same time trying to give a a positive message about mental health?
Yeah, so the problem with at least with mental health, you know, because we've all known somebody that had mental health problems. We've all kind of been there at a certain kind of level in our life as well. And the unfortunate thing is it's a low point, you know, so you have to show that low point first, but and then eventually, you know, I believe this to be true as well, is there is a light at the end of the tunnel at the case of mental health and all that stuff as well. So you have to hit that low point first, and the low point obviously is, you know, as you saw in previous issues that are already out right now, it's you know, the family's dealing with some issues and all that stuff, you know, before the apocalypse even starts. So it's kind of dysfunctional there. You know, Andy's not in the picture so much, so they're kind of all on their own defense, or trying to figure out themselves with all the issues that they're dealing with. Andy's dealing with his own issues in his world on top of the family issues, and then you get hit with the apocalypse. So it's just like, you didn't even deal with your problems yet in the normal world, and now you're getting hit with like the apocalypse and the undead, and changing your whole life there. So we had to get that big punch there with season 1. You're going to get a little bit more of that in season 2, and kind of just, it's going to be more like these characters kind of dealing with it and kind of being
aftermath,
like,
consequences.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know, because a lot of the first 6 issues are just that first night and the first 2 days, first 3 days, all that stuff too. So it's really after the fact. Okay, we got punched in the mouth. Now let's see how we can adjust to it, and that's going to be a good chunk of season 2. And you know, there's a direction as well. It's not just the mental direction of it. They have to go somewhere. So, but it's a lot. You know, it's a lot.
All right, and I look, from looking at what you and your team have been able to pull off this. Well, with Avalon, I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to tackle this with no problem. I don't think you're gonna run any hiccups here. So that's awesome.
I hope so. I really
that's awesome. I like that. So break down a little bit about this Kickstarter that we got coming up on Friday. Give us all the bees knees. Give us the whole apples and oranges that's going on into that.
Yeah, of course. So we're going to be obviously showing you a lot of different things with issue 4. You know, showing the art style, showing you, you know, there's physical problems that come with day-to-day lifestyle as well. You know, people have diabetes, people have asthma, people take medications. You know, people have, you know, internal issues that, you know, they have to deal with normal day society, and you're going to be seeing that in the next few issues here. You know, some of those things coming to light. You know, and I'll say it here as well, like, because we show it on the Kickstarter that one of the characters has an inhaler. So, you know, it's just a little thing. It's a small thing. It's not like it's a dramatic thing, but it's just to show you that this is a real life issue. People deal with these things. So, and we want to make it so no stone is left unturned. Everybody can relate to these characters. Nobody's going to feel left out. That's our biggest thing. So everybody can read our comic and go, oh, wow, I can relate to this person. I can relate to that person, you know. And so we'll be showing some scenes of issue 5. You know, we were showing it in our social media a little bit there. We're showing Miller and kind of his transition because, you know, small spoiler warning here, but it's all the way in issue 1. Miller gets bit. You know what I mean? So over the few issues, you kind of see little things on how this transition kind of turns and what happens to the person as they're kind of going through the hula hoops there, I guess. So you're going to kind of see what happens in the next few issues as well with Miller and Andy's part of the story. And that's going to be exciting. You know, when I got those pages from Demetrius, I was like, wow, you really hit it there. You hit it better than I could have even wrote it on paper or imagined it in my head. So cool rewards that we're adding here as well. I had Demetrius, which if people heard in the past, Demetrius is from Greece. So far away. I had him do original pencils. I'll show you right here, one of them. So this will be, I'm just going to show you some of it because it's going to blur it out. But he does original pencils of duo characters, okay? So, and this is on like an 11 by 17 print. He sent them in, so like I said, original pencils, he's done them, and that's going to be a pledge or a reward that you could pledge for. There's only going to be one of each character. So that would be something that you'd want to like kind of make sure you're notified of the launch. So if you want something like that, you want to get there and get it quick. Don't miss out on it. And then there's another thing. Oh, just thought about this today as well. We're going to be doing a giveaway basket, like a raffle basket for everybody who donates and pledges for a reward. We're going to put your name on the spin wheel. You know, I'll grab your name at the end of all of it. Your name goes on a spin wheel. There's a couple rewards as well. One of them is called the goodie bag. You know, you kind of get everything besides individual print there, you'll get your name put on a spin wheel twice if you get the goodie bag. And if you get the big package with original print, you get your name on there 4 times.
Ooh.
And on the add-ons, you can add, just $2, $1 or $2. We got to go through it with the team and see what we want to do to add your name on there a couple more times if you want, the goodie bag. There's going to be a lot of stuff. It'll be all 5 issues physical. We'll do some signatures in there, some T-shirts in there, and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun stuff to kind of win something as you're pledging for and helping us out and meeting our goal.
That's awesome. Everybody loves merch, so that's awesome. That's cool.
I sure do. My whole room is a disaster.
Yeah, you ain't the only one. So yeah, that is awesome. That is so awesome. I'm really happy that you guys are finding so much success. God, English is hard. So much success. And what you're doing, and sound like your Kickstarter is going to be a freaking riot. I think it's going to be really, really good for you all. I'm pretty sure that your goals are going to be met pretty darn quick. So I think this is going to be really, really good for you guys. And I'm really, really happy that you guys are taking off the way they are.
Yeah, we are too. Obviously, we always want to make improvements. We always want to try and get new eyes on our project and all that stuff as well. And obviously, talking to you and being on shows and kind of showing our face and really showing what we got and all that stuff is the way to do it. But the more eyes, the better. It's always fun. Like I've told people in the past, I probably even said it on your show in the past as well, is Avalon's always going to be there. It's always going to come out. It just, these things, making Kickstarters and funding these things dictate how fast they come out. That's just the only thing. If you want it now, the best way to get it now is to help us out and share the Kickstarter, grab a pledge for a reward there and all that stuff as well, so we can get it out in a timely fashion.
Yep. No lies detected there. I agree 110%. So Brandon, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. So outside of the Kickstarter, where can folks find you on social media?
You can find us on every social media platform. We have a link tree set up that has all of our links on there, and for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. Right now, that actually is only $1 a month. Right now, we just kind of we just put on there some early bird stuff right now. Nothing crazy yet, just $1 to see some early, get your eyes on some early access things and just stuff like that. So you can find us everywhere. Find one spot on social media, you'll find us everywhere. So just stay tuned.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Brandon, I want to thank you so much for taking the time and coming on my show and talked about Avalon. I love you guys and what you guys are doing. I can't wait to see all the great stuff you guys come up with.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm always glad to be on the show again. It's always fun.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. So everybody, that there is Brandon Starocci. Follow him on his dope social media platforms. I'll leave them in the description section below. But above all else, check out their Kickstarter. Donate, pledge, whatever you got to do. Give it up to these guys. They work hard. As far as like the indies goes, they're some of the hardest working folks in the business. So definitely show them your appreciation and support their Kickstarter. So once again, Brandon, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and speak with me today.
Yep. Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And who am I? I'm Dre, the Brute Daniels. Follow me on my dope social media platforms. I'll put right under my face. They're not there yet, but they will be at the Brute00 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if I feel like being silly, on TikTok. As always, you guys have been awesome. This has been the Indie Corner, and I will catch you all next time.
Yep.
Also, if you want to support my channel, check out spinwiz.com or download the Spinwiz app and check out my comic series, Trouble. It was written with a lot of love, and it was definitely my favorite comic series to write. I've also written it in English and in Spanish, so whatever floats your boat, I got it for you. Thanks again, and check it out.